Assalamu alaikum. The lesson today is about solving a 2 by 2 system of equations by graphing. So what we are going to cover in the lesson today is the steps needed to graph 2 by 2 system of equations, and we're going to learn a new concept called slope-intercept test for 2 by 2 system of equations, and that concept can be used only for the graphing method. So let's start. So given a 2 by 2 system, of equations, so we have ax plus by equals c, a1x plus b1y equals c1. So this is the first equations, this is second equations, and we have two unknown. So this is how we define 2 by 2 system of equations, is two equations with two unknown. So the first thing, when they give you a system of equations and they ask you to use graphing method to solve the system, so first thing, you transform both equations into slope-intercept form. If it was given to you already in slope-intercept form, so you don't have to do it. But if they give it to you as a standard form, like the one in the board, so then you have to transform the system into slope-intercept form. So this is the first thing you do. So first, transform the equations of the system to slope-intercept form. Which I mean by write the equations as y equal mx plus b, and this is the case if it's needed. So I'm going to transform both equations to standard to slope-intercept form. So we'll have ax plus by equals c. So a1x plus b1y equal c1. So I will subtract minus ax both sides. So we get by equal minus ax plus c, and the same thing here, I will subtract minus a1x both sides. So I will get b1y equal minus a1x plus c1, and after that I divide b both sides. So I divide all the term the other side by b, and the same thing here, I divide by b1 both sides. So at the end I will get this form, which is the slope-intercept form. So y will be equal minus a over b x plus c, and the second equations will be minus a1 over b1 x plus c. As you see, the slope of the first equation is minus a over b, so the y-intercept is c1. The slope of the second equations is minus a1 over b1, and the y-intercept is c1. So after you find out the slope intercept form. So what you do, you proceed to the slope subtest. So this is a shortcut how to find the solution of the system, not to find but to recognize what type of solution you have. So this is called slope intercept test. Of 2 by 2 system. So how the test work? So we have three cases because we have three type of solutions. So we have three cases for the slope. So for the first case, so if the slope of both are equal but they don't have the same y-intercept, so if I have minus a over b equal minus a1 over b1 and c is different than c1. So in that case we have an inconsistent system and there is no solution. So the graph will be two parallel lines that are not intersecting. So they don't have no common point. So this case mean the system is inconsistent system. So inconsistent system. So we have no solution. And the graph will be two parallel lines that have no common point. So the graph will be two parallel lines with no common point. Which means we will see two lines that look like this. You see, they don't touch each other. So this is the first case. So the second case is when we have the slope are equal. So we have minus a over b equal minus a1 over b1 and the y-intercepts are equal, c equals c1. So in that case we have consistent dependent system, which means we have infinitive solution, and the graph is going to be two lines parallel, one above each other. That means two lines that have more than one point in common. So we have consistent dependent system. So which means infinity of solution or infinite solution. So the graph of both line will be parallel line with more than one point in common. Other word, what do we have? We have a line, and the second line is going to be just above it, like this. So the line will be just above it, like you see now. So the first line is the yellow line, and the second line is the green one. So you see, this is the case when we have the slope are equal and the y-intercept are equal. So this is for consistent dependent system. For the third case is when the slope are not equal. So in that case, we don't check for the y-intercept. So when we have minus a over b is different than minus a1 over b1, so in that case we have consistent and dependent system. So we have to find a solution which is the point of intersection of the two lines. So consistent and dependent system. So which means that we have unique solution. And the graph of both lines will be intersecting lines. So the graph of both line will be intersecting lines. So it's going to look like this, and the point of intersection is the solution of the system. So after you draw it, you need to find out what is the coordinate of that point, and the coordinates are the solution of that system of equations. So let's do some example. So let's do some example. So practice. So let's solve the first system. Solve 9y minus 27 equals 6x, and x minus x minus 3 half y equal 0. Like I say, first we need to write both equation into slope intercept form. So I will have the first equations is 9y minus 27 equals 6x, and the second equations is x minus 3 half y equals 0. So I'm going to solve for y for both equation. So I'm going to add 27 both side here. We end up having 9y equal, this is cancel out, 6x plus 27. Then divide both sides by 9. So we divide each term by 9. So I have y equal, so I simplify here, which is 2/3 x plus 3. The same thing here, I'm gonna add the opposite of x minus x, which is minus x plus x both side. So this is cancelled out. What's left is minus 3 half y equal minus x plus x. So I multiply both sides by minus 2/3. So the 3 cancel out, the 2 cancel out, minus minus become positive. So what's left is y equal, so I distribute minus 2/3. Minus 2/3 times minus x is plus 2/3 x, and minus 2/3 times x is minus 12x, which is minus 12x over 3, which is minus 4. So as you see here, the slope here is 2/3. So the y-intercept is 3. The slope here is 2/3. The y-intercept is minus 4. So the slope are equal, but the y-intercept are not equal. So in that case, we have a inconsistent system. The lines are parallel and they don't touch each other. So we have a consistent system, which means we have no solution. So a consistent system so no solution. And the line will be parallel line, so we're gonna graph uh, both equations. So we have the first one is y. I'm going to use a slope-intercept form, so y equal 2/3 x plus 3. The second equations is y equal 2/3 x minus 4. So this is what we got. So now I'm going to use the slope and the y-intercept to graph the line. So the first one have y-intercept 3, slope is 2/3. The second one has y-intercept minus 4, and the slope again is 2/3. So I'm gonna run 3 and rise 2. The same thing in run 3, rise 2. So here is 3. So this is my first point, which is my y-intercept. Now I'm gonna run 3 and rise 2. So my second point will be here. So I have now 2 points, so I can draw my line. So the line will be look like this. So it's moved. So let me make sure that it's passed by those points. There we go. And I extend the line. Now for the second one, we have minus 4. So minus 4 is here. And again, I'm gonna run 3 and rise 2. So the second point would be here. So the line will be look like this. So let me adjust the line. Now extend the line, and as you see, the two lines are parallel, and there's no, this is the first one, this is the second one. So I just say here there is no solution, because this will be my conclusion for that example. So for the second example, so we have 1 plus 3, 8 x equal 1/2 y, and 8 equal minus 4y minus x. So like I say, first let's transform the equations to slope-intercept form. So the first one is 1 plus 3, 8x equal half y, and here is 8 equal minus 4y minus x. So for the first equation, I multiply both sides by 2. So we'll get 2 plus 3/4 x equal y. And for the second equations, I will add x both sides. So I got x plus 8 equal minus 4y. Then I divide by minus 4 both sides. So I will get at the end minus x over 4 minus 2 equal y. As you see here, the slope for the first one is 3/4, and the y-intercept is 2. For the second one, the slope is minus 1 over 4, and the y-intercept is minus 2. So the slope are different, so which means we have consistent and dependent system. So this is consistent and dependent system. So we have a solution. So we are going to graph both lines and see what the solution. Alright, so let's do the graph. So we have the first equation is y equal 3/4 x plus 2, and the second equations is y equal minus x over 4 minus 2. So for the first equation, the slope is 3/4, y-intercept is 2. For the second equations, the slope is minus 1 over 4, and y-intercept is minus 2. So for the first line, so we have the point is 2, so the y-intercept is 2. So I'm gonna run 4 and rise 3, so my second point will be here. So I'm gonna connect those by a line. Okay, let me adjust the line and go, then extend the line. Alright, for the second one, so we have the y-intercept is minus 2, which is here, and the slope is, I'm gonna run 4 and go down by 1. So I'm gonna run 4, go down by 1. The second point will be here. So let me draw that line here. Okay. So now extend the line. There we go. So as you see here, the point of intersection is minus 4 minus 1. So this will be my solution. So solution is xy equal minus 4 minus 1. So this is about that example. The second and the last example. So if we have 7x equal 4 minus y minus 7x minus y equal minus 4. So again, first let me transform both equations to slope-intercept form. So the first one we have 7x equal 4 minus y. The second one is minus 7x minus y equal minus 4. So here I subtract 4 both sides. So 7x minus 4 equal minus 1. Then divide by minus 1 both sides. So I get minus 7x plus 4 equal y. Here I add y and add 4 at the same times. So here we'll end up having y equal minus 7x plus 4. As you see here, the slope here is minus 7. The y-intercept is 4. The slope here is minus 7. The y-intercept is 4. So the slope are equal, the y-intercept are equal, which means that we have consistent dependent system. So we have consistent. So dependent system. So which means we have infinity of solution. And the line will be one above the other, because as you see here, the graph, the equation of the line are the same. So it's going to be one above the other. So let's graph the equations. So we have y minus 7 plus 7x plus 4. So, and the second equation is the same thing, is minus 7x plus 4. So the slope for the first one is -7, the y-intercept is 4, and for the second one the slope is -7 and the y-intercept is 4. So I'm gonna look for 4 here. So 4, so this is the y-intercept, the slope is 7, which means if I have the slope is -7, which means is -7/1. I'm gonna run 1 and go down 7, so down. So the second point will be here. So I just need to draw both line here because we'll have only let me adjust the line. There we go. So this is the first line. Second line I'm going to use different color. There we go. So this is the first. Second line is the green one. As you see, we have a line above a line. So here we have infinite solution. So this is about graphing system of equations and find the solution using graphing method. So I hope that you understand the idea behind the lesson, and I'm open to any comment that may help me improve my teaching. So please do so. Thank you for watching the video. Assalamu alaikum.